Hi, I'm Jensen, and this is Mia and Josie, and
Hi.
we're gonna show you how to make some yummy homemade soft pretzels. Enjoy! Okay, we're starting by pouring in 1.5 cups of water and 2¼ teaspoons of yeast, and then whisking that together. And then you're gonna let that sit for about a minute until it starts to get foamy. Okay, now we're gonna add in a tablespoon of sugar. Next up is a teaspoon of salt, and then a tablespoon of melted butter. And then that's gonna get mixed up. And then we're gonna slowly start to add in between 3.5 and 4 cups of flour. So we're gonna do about a cup at a time and get that mixed in. And what we're looking for is for the dough to start to really come together and soak up all the flour. And when you've done as much as you can in the bowl with the spoon, we will start to knead the dough with our hands. We'll show you that in a moment. Okay, so it looks like we're going to need to start to knead the dough. So the next thing is to take the dough and turn it out onto a board and then start to knead the dough, which is another way to mix the flour in and to make it into a nice even ball. Sometimes you have to pull the dough off the spoon. You can see how the flour is getting taken up more by the dough. And when you knead dough like pretzel dough or bread dough, it's like a push and then a fold. And kind of switch directions and push and fold. And you're trying to get the flour incorporated, but also stretch out the gluten that's in the flour. Sometimes it's helpful as you're kneading to put a little bit of extra flour on your hands and rub those together and rub a little extra flour on top of the dough so that if it's getting sticky, it just means it needs a little bit more flour. And then you can go ahead and keep kneading. You're going to knead the dough for 3 to 5 minutes. This is a great thing for family members to help with. And you're going to keep kneading until you can form the dough into a nice soft ball, like it is here. And then you're going to let it rest for about 10 minutes. And while it rests, if you want to cover it with a nice clean cloth to keep little fingers away, that's great. Okay, so now it's been about 10 minutes, you can take the cover off your dough, and it might look a little bit expanded to you, which is great. And you're going to have either an older sibling who's allowed to use knives or an adult, and you're going to cut the dough into 8 equal pieces. So you can start by going across the half. And then in quarters. And then into eighths. And it's okay if they're not totally cut through, because what we're going to do next is pull out each piece and make that into a pretzel. Okay, so your next step is to take each piece and start to roll it out into a nice long rope or snake shape. Keep going. And then we're going to show you how to form the long snake of dough into a pretzel. So there's some different strategies, but if you've ever played with Play-Doh or clay of some form, I'm sure you can manage this part. All right, so now we're gonna show you, if you have a nice long rope, you're gonna twist over the ends, do a double twist, and then you're gonna pull that back over onto itself, and that'll give you your pretzel shape. And then do another one. Okay, in case you need to see that shaping again, here is another version. So again, you make your nice long rope of dough, and then you're gonna turn it in a kind of a loop and cross over the ends twice. And then you're gonna pull it back onto itself and kind of make sure that the little loopy part of the pretzel is there. And then put that on your tray. Okay, so here are the pretzels shaped and on the tray, the baking tray. The next step is to just brush them with some water, and if you don't have a pastry brush, you can just use your fingers even to dab some water on, and then you're gonna sprinkle some coarse salt on. The water's for the salt to stick to. And so you get those on. And again, the salt is optional, or you could probably think of other toppings if you wanted to try something different. And then you're going to pop the tray into the oven for 12 to 15 minutes till they're about golden brown. And we'll show you what that looks like. So hang on. Here are our finished pretzels. They just came out of the oven. They're kind of a golden brown on top, have a little tap to them. Ours puffed up a lot, and they're pretty big, so if you wanted to maybe even cut them into 16ths versus 8ths, that would work, but these are going to be super yummy, and we're going to bring them nice and hot over to the sugar house now. So thanks for watching our video, and good luck making your own pretzels.